So, welcome back, dear ladies and gentlemen, YouTube viewers. We're back with another Magic Duels video X-Snake casting from over here. And this time, this is going to be about using the Kaladesh cards. Particularly, I want the blue-black combination with artifacts, effects, and also I'm going to attempt to run some energy cards. Yeah, maybe this is too greedy. But the star of the deck is the Marionette Master, but I don't know, this is not geared to actually get into the full mana cost of this. So meanwhile, we are going to be running a lot of nice stuff. Multiform Wonder is really wonderful. Yeah, Padim, I like this card very much. Well, let's try out how this goes. I've been playing a little bit before tweaking some of the cards. With this one, the games are very inclined or leaning to the control aspect of the game, but we have also some early board presence with some of our cards. And well, I recently removed the Smuggler's Copter because, well, the discarding was not going well. I think this hand looks decent. Let's keep it. So we have the Contraband Kingpin, so we might get to scry sometime. Also the lifelink is very nice. We have the Syndicate Trafficker, very powerful if we get to fuel this ability. Let's begin with the Submerged Boneyard, because it's going to enter tapped anyways. We also run the Gear Seeker Serpent. I think this is very powerful if we get to discount a lot. I'm looking forward to this. I couldn't play this one yet, so I'm running just one copy just in case, but we'll see. And also the Metalwork Colossus. I've tried this in another deck, and I think this is very powerful because you get to discount a lot, so this can be played for very low cost. Let's see, let's drop a Swamp and the Contraband Kingpin. Let's see, I think it's going to be able to block this one, and we also get lifelink. So also, if this one is in the graveyard, we can use sacrifice on demand 2 artifacts. So a nice synergy with the Marionette Master. So this guy runs colorless, I presume, maybe artifacts, black and red, perhaps some other colors. So my deck is missing the nice red synergistic cards from Kaladesh and Origins. We don't have the Software Engineer, and we don't have this um, the Trinketeer. So let's think this. So in terms of lands, I think we go for the Submerged Boneyard again, because all the other stuff is going to cost too much. And here, if I attack, we gain 1 life, but the opponent just blocks with the Thermo Alchemist. If I play the Trafficker, it's likely to die, because this means that the opponent runs lots of spells. So let's just stay on defense. Anyways, this River Drone is going to be damaging the opponent, so let's go ahead and stay on defense. A very passive turn for us. Next turn we have 4 mana, and we'll think, depending on what we draw. So opponent 4 land but enters tapped. Let's see, if he doesn't get another colorless, this River Drone is going to keep damaging the opponent. Read the Bones. Whoa. More, so I could imagine that the opponent has tons of life gain because the way he's out self-injuring, he needs something to recover back, and I don't recall if he did the Thermal Alchemist. I think he missed one of the activations. Yeah, we should be at 17. I think the opponent forgot to tap his Thermal Alchemist there. Yeah, so we should be at 17. This one untapped. Subtle Strike. This is actually very good for us at this point. Mm, okay. Do I want to risk the Syndicate Trafficker? No. Let's first see. Oh no, I should not. Let's first see what the opponent does against this. He probably let us through. He doesn't want to risk the Thermal Alchemist, so I'm going to drop the Trafficker, so we have a little bit of protection using Subtle Strike, but we are going to wait and see if the opponent is going to throw something at the Trafficker. He's very weak at this point in time with just one toughness, but we might pump it with the Subtle Strike. Opponent at 13. Thank you, River Drone. We we are best friends here, so he's about to cast something, maybe something big. 5 mana open. Rip Soul. Targeting this guy? Well, no go, okay. This should save the Trafficker, because now it becomes a 4-2, and it's out of reach of the Rip Soul. Well, we killed our friend the River Drone. Yeah, maybe we should have leave that one up. No, I don't know. Alright, now the opponent took away one of our guys, but I think we have a very powerful 4-2 up there. So let's first attack. There's plenty of things the opponent can do with 1 mana, but let's see, he decided to let us through. Tap, or maybe pump up, maybe Titan's strength. Let's see. No. Alright, so I think now the Tamillo's journal is best because we get the clues that can be used to feed the Trafficker. Or other than that, we might use it to discount the Gerseeker Serpent, draw more cards. Yeah, I think we need more Tamillo's journal in our life. Okay. Here we go. Now the Colossus is costing. We can play it. That's hilarious. Now we have a discount of 2 for the Serpent. If I play the Wonder, so many options here. I'm going to go for the Grid and go Serpent and attack with this one. I played the Serpent before because if the opponent blocks, I'm going to sacrifice the clue, and if he doesn't, I'm not going to sacrifice the clue. But okay, I think we got this, maybe. Let's see, the opponent can spend mana to use Pian Kiran Nalar and try to kill something, but Dark Salvation giving what, 2 zombies. That shrinks our guy, but let's try to save it from certain death. giving this one another counter. It's going to be shrunk, but he survives. Woohoo! And the opponent is facing a dire situation. Maybe he doesn't realize that. Alright. Now, we can draw, we can... Oh boy, okay. If I drop this, I spent 2 mana. To play this, I have no mana open for my Syndicate Trafficker activation. I could try to draw a land with the clue, but doesn't seem the wisest move here. Let's... Well, if we attack with both, I think the opponent is forced to block because he's at 9, so he has to block both. Maybe he attempts to kill the serpent. That's not bad if he tries to do so. Okay, let's see. Alright, he's just preventing some damage. That's cool. Now the opponent, if he runs black, he might have some destroy effect. So I think that having this is going to be better for us. So we can kill Piankiornalar. The only thing is that we don't get to gain life, but before the opponent untaps and can activate Piankiornalar, I prefer to do so. Now he still has some blockers up there and plenty of cards in hand. Let's see if he finds some answer. Another Read Bones, oh boy. Oh my dog. He's going to be at 7 and he spent 3 mana to do so. Grasp of Darkness against, well, that can kill the Syndicate Trafficker, alright, but he chose to gain some life, but now he's tapped, and therefore I think I'm going to, he has Grasp of Darkness, so I can preemptively save my Syndicate Trafficker. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Come on, I'm going to give this another counter, so now we can save him from the Grasp of Darkness eventually. Glint, yeah, if we don't hit an artifact, it's problematic. So let's first, so if we kill this, the opponent gets to draw. Now I'm going to go with the crane first, so we see what card we can fish. Nothing. Well, that's not so good. But let's proceed to attack. The opponent is going to block the Trafficker, most likely. He gets to draw. This is a bit dangerous, but well, we also deny the life gain from the land. Okay, let's get ready for the Grasp of Darkness. I don't think the opponent wants to point it to the Syndicate Trafficker, so he might want to kill the Glint Nest Crane. So the only thing is that we don't have removal. If the opponent plays a large creature, we might be in trouble. Second one, okay, that's 2 damage. No, those have Summon and Sickness, so he can't use the Grasp of Darkness easily here. Now I'm going to attempt to kill the Doctor. This is a strange attack, doesn't make much sense. Maybe the opponent is waiting for me to crack this clue, but I'm not going to, because we know that he has the Grasp of Darkness. Not feel very familiar. Well, we can use that to draw. Let's do that. So feel very familiar. We gain 2. And we draw now or during combat. Okay, let's do it during combat because I don't think we are playing anything before combat. Let's see. Grasp of Darkness against this guy. Wow. Against this one. That's something cool. But now he has to block this guy. Yeah, he left the game, and is the AI able to survive? Logs, let's see. They want to use the turtle, so I could. I think I'm going to. Well, inventor's fair. Well, that's fair. Alright, proceed to move on. Now we have 3 mana open, just in case that unless the opponent has a sweeper, a very big sweeper, we win next turn. Asylum Visitor. So we can even use the Inventor's Fair to look for a nice artifact. We can crack the clues, we can use Tamiyo's journal to search for best case scenario. We draw the Marionette Master here. Let's see what happens. So why are you not blocking with this guy? So this is an island. Yeah. Okay. Now the thing is, I would like to fetch the master before cracking all the clues, of course. But that's not going to happen. It's not going to be possible. So let's just drop the Colossus here. We attack with all our guys. Maybe the opponent has some flash effect that can prevent these two from attacking. Let's see. Nothing. Okay, just as expected. So fairly easy win, I should say. Alright, extra coins. Yoo-hoo! Let's go again. Let's try once again. So not much energy was used in this match. So of course I could remove all the energy cards from the deck, but I think that's another flavor. Now that would let me play the Whittler Rogue and Thopters by Network. Those are very nice cards here, but I was thinking that I'm a bit tired of using those cards. Those are really good in this kind of deck, but come on, let's go and give the new guys an opportunity. So the 3 drops, we have no early plays, but the opponent has already mulliganed. Just for the record, that's not the actual rule for Magic the Gathering game. If you are playing on paper, that's not how you mulligan. You have to announce before deciding who goes first. I think no. First you decide before the first draw. You have to decide who goes first. Then every player looks at his or her hand and announces if he's going to mulligan. Now, starting with the first player. Then, after everyone has announced what they are going to do, all those players that decided to mulligan go for it, and all those that didn't are going to keep their hand and cannot mulligan any longer. So it's not exactly what happens in the game here, because you see the other guy doing the mulligan before you do. So what to do here? I misplayed. What I misplayed there? Just focusing on trying to explain the rules. I did a very lame play here. Well, right. What now? Now this one is the proper land, that's for sure. And given that the opponent has done nothing yet, I'm going to go for a tower here before doing anything else. So that means that next spell that we cast, next instant or sorcery, we gain some energy. Now the opponent, well, goodbye Dynable Tower, but at least we get to keep the Sky Sovereign longer, I presume. So okay, we are going to remove the Reclamation Sage. Is that the right play here? So next turn I can play both of these and crew the flagship, provided the flagship lives. Alright, so despite the land misplay, we are doing somewhat fine, but the opponent has another Reclamation Sage. Okay, that one is much more annoying, but at the end it doesn't matter the order I played. We were going to be eating those Reclamation Sages anyway. So 6. Okay, Silas Artistry, that's going to become very handy next turn. So Filigree Familiar, giving us 2 life, and the Weaponcraft Enthusiast. I think I want the Servo tokens. Fiery Impulse, not going to prevent me from getting tokens. Alright, Daijang. So, okay. Alright, the opponent running a lot of control cards with red and green. Also, he has Rogue's Passage. That means he probably has a very large creature that he wants to make unblockable later on, and green gives access to ramp spells. So far we've seen artifact and enchantment removal and fiery impulse. Yeah, well, I'm going to block. I expect the opponent to have some pump up to save the Reclamation Sage. Well, he did not. That was weird. He wants to blow up the wall board. -1. Okay, not nice, opponent. That's not nice. So, Padim. So, if we had this one earlier, all our artifacts would be with us, but at this moment we can't do. So this guy is pretty powerful. He alone could take the Chandra, activating his multiple abilities, and that's what I'm planning to do unless the opponent manages to kill this guy, but it's very difficult to kill this multiform wonder with damage spells. We can make him larger Rolling Thunder for 4. Well, not going to be enough, my dear, unless he uses the Chandra again. He wants to minus once again. Let's see if he wants to do. I think I can activate that ability once again. Okay, the opponent spent a very expensive card here, and we get to keep our guy. This is a wonderful. Yeah, that is the most appropriate name for a card in the World Magic game. So he's going to try to do. Is he going to give put two block two attackers? No, he did for 3. So I think I could have saved the guy. Yeah. Anyways, the game did not let me pause for some reason. So a glitch killed the wonder. Um, Die Young. No. Okay, let's go with this. So the opponent has 2 cards in hand. He's going to try to kill the trafficker, but that means that the next cards from our side are going to be much more likely to survive. So we can copy. Yeah, we can copy a creature from the opponent. That creature becomes an artifact, so we can also sacrifice said creature to this guy. Fiery Impulse. Never mind. Goodbye, Trafficker. But we have 3 cards, now 4 in hand. The opponent has just 1. Okay. Let's swing for 1. We are ahead on life total also. So, if we get 1 artifact, we can drop the cost of the Gear Seeker Serpent, and thanks to the Sahili artistry we get 1 artifact, but we spent our mana to do so. So here, what happens if I copy a land creature with that? And turn it becomes a 5/5 elemental creature. I can have an elemental artifact land creature, but I don't know if it's going to be a 5/5 permanently or just becomes a land. What is he going to do? So we can shrink the land using the Daijang up to 1/1. So we kill that. We attack with both. Yeah, I think that's the proper play. Okay, and also we get to play the underhanded designs. Yeah, let's try to hit that missile. Oh, that's a sorcery. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Huge misplay, boys. I thought this was an instant. Why is this not an instant? Oh, ouch. Well, we get to kill the land anyways, but we lose our Padim. Uh-oh. Oh, I have paused. Well, silly me, but alright. We have to kill that one. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you know that, but I have no enough experience with my deck. Yeah. That was so bad. Yeah, what could the opponent do if I had instead used the sorcery before attacking? Well, it's not likely that he will block. I don't know. So let's see the opponent. Wow, he's going to fetch. Oh, here comes Chandra again. So he gets to play that one next turn. And we have not much to do here. We can copy this guy. We can copy the Jadi offshoot too. I don't know, that doesn't seem correct to me. Alright, let's hope that we draw something, because that combination of Chandra and Nisa is killing us very steadily. Here we gain one. So here, but if I do this, the opponent is just going to he can use yeah, not good enough, but yeah, I don't think we have other option, because if I play nothing it's going to be bad, really bad. So no mana to activate the underhanded designs. The land, no land is going to help us. That, on the other hand, we can combine. Yeah, that will set up a nice turn in the follow-up. Now, if the opponent wants to kill our guys, he kills the offshoot too. Then he can use the Nisa, but he chose to make the elemental tokens. He gets to draw. Oh, what a nice combo! Oh, yeah. I did not imagine that combo being possible. That's so cool. I like it very much. Congratulations for the opponent to figure out that one. I have in the past disregarded this card. I haven't really appreciated until much recent. So what is the proper order of play here? I think this one first, doesn't matter too much. And although yes, it does matter, because I can use the underhanded designs. Now, here I'm going to pay. Scry to the bottom you go, and the Scry is helping us really good here. And of course I'm not attacking here. Oh, the opponent can blow up the board with Chandra. Oh, Nisa's renewal. Oh boy, he's going to gain 10 life. And he can still activate the Planeswalker. Whoa. And not to mention that he has too much mana for our own good. Yeah. No, he's not going to Chandra. Yeah, he's drawing even more. Let's hope he mills himself. Oh boy, this is going to be very difficult to... Can we make a comeback? Let's not lose hope. Why is he holding back the mountain? I don't know. He might have something... Maybe he wants to have a blocker, I presume. Yeah, okay, a second one. Yeah. So that means that we can hit Chandra for 5. Alright, let's do that. Bang! Okay, of course we would love to have the multiple life gain out of this, but... Okay, here we can finish Nisa off or Chandra, but if we don't kill Chandra, she's going to take care of all our guys. Maybe I distribute the... Okay, Nisa, she has to pay -3. Yeah, so let's prevent Nisa from activating the -3. Yeah, we are not out of it, but our life total is growing. But looking at the opponent's size, he has 2 planeswalkers, he can draw 2 more cards at any point. He could clear the board, maybe. He has a lot of potential over there. Yeah, not looking good. This one. What can we do, guys? Okay, we need the marionette master and lots of artifacts. Yeah, that's our way out of this. Okay, but I should mention that I'm enjoying this match quite a lot. The opponent has presented us a very nice deck. Oh, no, that's it. Yeah, Mog. That's the end of our hopes. Ceaseless Hunger. Why did he decided to leave these guys out? I don't know. Yulamog. Why? Why Yulamog? Now he can hit us for 11 and still has Yulamog to defend. I don't know why he's not attacking with the land. Yeah, now what I would like to have is something to fetch back that one. So yeah, that's it. GG. Very well played, dear opponent. And let's forfeit this game, and that's it. Okay, that's it for the time being. I'm going to leave. This is not a rage quit, that's an honest defeat admittance. We were overrun by that deck, but I have to go at this moment. So the deck looking good. Uh, the deck did stand a chance, but of course dealing with 2 planeswalkers and Ulamog is not an easy task. So maybe we can lean into much more control. There are a number of counter spells that we might want to use, but the counter spells are pretty expensive to run in a deck like this. Okay, I'll think about what to change, but I like the current state of the deck, but maybe we can make it even better. This one is very good, but since this is a legendary artifact and we can only run 2 copies, yeah, not excellent card. Okay, we have to figure out what to do with this deck. In the meantime, I hope you have enjoyed this video and don't forget to leave your comments. Until next time, sayonara.